This is Paul Compton's Week 4 Weekly. Thank you for joining me in my podcast. And I'm going to share with you what I did this week, what I learned this week, my questions, and my plans for the upcoming week. Okay? A little change of scenery. Thought you might not want to see always headshots, so change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. Week 4 started out busy as the group raced forward to finish our mousetrap project, with the last step being the project technical document. When I started the document, I began to realize, which I have learned the previous weeks, tying in concepts of motion and forces and realizing how they are closely related. After I completed the technical document, I began to review my notes in preparation for my educational interview with Dr. Weaver. Reviewed Pencast and organized my folder. In week 4, I tied together the similar concepts from previous weeks in preparation for my interview. I realized that forces are the cause for objects' motions and how to observe an object's motion. Learning that the net forces of the object, sum of all forces on an object, are related to its movement. Newton's 3 laws of motion began to open perspectives on objects and releasing more material to grasp. When reading about forces, it strictly pointed out that sign is related to its direction and not to its actual magnitude, meaning signs show direction. I currently have no questions related to conduct, and very few related to content. What kind of forces are responsible for making the mousetrap propel itself? My guess is spring force. Why is the force of the gravity so weak? Is it falling through atomic cracks? Is energy and force the same thing? How are the interviews conducted? So are we just going to walk in a room and use a whiteboard, or are we going to write on a piece of paper or just show our notebooks and whatnot? My plan for the upcoming week is to complete the interview on Tuesday, February 15th, the best I can, and immediately dive into energy. Research as much as I can on energy and come to class prepared. I will go to the library and seek out a physics book for dummies. Sometimes the simplest things make the biggest difference. I will review the physics classroom tutorials from the course content. And that's what I'm going to do for the upcoming week. Thank you for joining me on Paul Compton's podcast for his weekly, and see you next week.